back to the channel. I am busy working in Fragile World by Kirby Rosanas, and this is the fourth or the fifth part in our color along series. And today I am going to be showing you how to do the bubbles and the fish, and then I will do a separate video and show you how to color in the white axolotl. So we are almost there, and hopefully we can wrap this up and have a beautiful double page spread to add to our collection. So let's get started. I am going to be using a few pencils, not too many for this video. Blue Indigo PC 901, 90% Cool Grey PC 1067. The red for the fish will be Raspberry PC 1030, and then Electric Blue PC 1040, and PC 938 as a blending pencil. So I'm going to zoom you in and we will do the fish and then the bubbles. So as you can see, this fish here, this is the color we're going to be doing on the rest of the fish. Now the fish are relatively straightforward and easy to do. They're not too difficult. We're just going to take our Raspberry PC 1030, our electric eraser, or if you have a small eraser, just tidy up inside your fish. Where you can. It's not the end of the world if you can't. Alright, so we're going to take the raspberry and we're going to start dark and go out light. And over here on the tail, and we're going to do that on all these fish at the bottom here. You can also make them different by giving them blue fins, which is what I'll do here for this one. So just bring that red out like that. Okay, then we bring in the electric blue PC 1040, and we're just going to bring that in here along the body. Okay, then you can take some indigo blue PC 901 and just deepen it up here at the bottom and in the tip of the fish face. Alright, so then again with the electric blue, And then we're going to take our white pencil and we're going to work on blending this out. I apologize for if you hear my kids in the background. They're just busy playing TV games. So we are on school break at the moment, and I thought it would be fun for them to just have some time where they can do things they don't usually get to do during the week. So I'm quite strict with technology, and they get limited game time. Games are normally only on, oopsie daisy, normally only on the weekend, because I just feel that that works better for them and it encourages them to read and do other things. So because we're on school holiday, I thought they could have a bit more tech time. But then when we go back to school on Friday, well, next week, they'll be back to the limited. And we've just been playing some board games together today. And my eldest especially loves his games, so we were having some great fun with that. Right, then I'm going to come in again and just keep blending this out because I really don't want it to be like too strong a color, but I also want it to have some color. And the inspiration for these colors are the freshwater neon tetras. Before we had the boys, my husband and I actually had a fish tank and we kept freshwater fish. And I just absolutely love the neon tetras. So we got a couple of those, some zebra fish. We had a few unusual fish as well. But then some of them kept dying on us. So the cost of replacing them and keeping the tank going just wasn't worth it in the end. So we decided to call it quits. And actually on the weekend we went into town. We went for a walk. And one of the boys saw there was a little fish store in town, so we stopped and had a look at all the beautiful coral fish and seawater fish that they were displaying. Some of them are really unusual and very beautiful, and I've always loved how vibrant freshwater fish are, and no, sorry, not freshwater, saltwater fish are, but they're just so expensive, and there are a lot more to them than just your standard freshwater fish. Alright, so I'm going to come in and we're going to do this fish and then this school here. And it's basically the same process. So PC 1030. My youngest actually wants to have fish. He's decided if he could have a pet, he would have fish. My husband, on the other hand, doesn't want pets. Not that I blame him. It is a lot of work. Fortunately, we're not allowed pets in our rental because we rent. So it's an easy way. But yeah, fish are always fun. Sometimes I miss being able to go snorkeling And growing up in Mozambique, we often snorkeled in the bay, and it was just absolutely lovely to go up and down the seabed. And sometimes if my parents were up for it, we would go to one of the nearby islands and go snorkeling on the reef. And it was always so much fun to be able to look at all the beautiful fish that were around and see the magnificent colors. Lionfish were amongst one of my favorites to actually see. And so sometimes I wish I could do that again. I mean, all things in good time. So this is the electric blue. And then I want the indigo blue. And then we take the white PC 938 and we just blend it all out. So what I'm trying to do is give it color but also create a slightly see-through body, because your neon tetras, they do have a bit of that see-through aspect to them. And then we come back in with the raspberry and we just deepen up around the edges. So just keep alternating between the three colors until you are happy with the result you get. Alright, so now I need a black gel pen for the eyes, or even just a black Posca paint would work. But we'll use a black gel pen to just give it a little bit of a sparkle in the eye. Alright, so then we have one more fish to do, which is this one. And again, the same process. So this is that electric blue, a bit of indigo blue, then the white, some more of that electric blue, some raspberry, and a black pen. Okay, so now I'm going to just move you on to the bubbles, which you're going to use firstly PC 1067. So what you need to do is just create a a half a circle. So you go over half the circle with the black, well not the black, the 90% cool grey. I do apologize if my hand gets in the way and blocks some of the picture. I really do try to not block the picture. I can't for the life of me find my pencil extender. So I'm having to hold the pencil. And I'm using quite a hard pressure here. For the very small bubbles, I go over the entire circle. And then what you want to do is bring in some of that electric blue. Just to add a bit of that watery look to it. You can even use some of the indigo, because when you come in with the white pencil to blend it, it will soften that blue up anyway. Okay, then you take a white pencil and you just blend it a bit. Right, and then you take either a white Uniball Signo pen, a white Sakura Jelly Roll, a white Posca pen, whichever is your preferred, and you're just going to come in and add a white highlight to your bubbles. And you can do a little bit on the other side as well. For the very little ones, I just do a white dot. So you want a bigger highlight with a little highlight on the opposite side. And then let me bring you down a bit. So we'll do all of these bubbles here. And it's the same idea. So you make one side darker with your 90% cool grey. You can go over all the little bubbles. And you're just doing the one half you're doing dark and the other half will have your highlight. And you can vary it. Or you can make them all the same, it's up to you. I don't really know if there is a correct way of putting the dark and the highlighted area bits in your bubbles. There probably is, I just don't know it right now. Right, this is the indigo blue, so just from where you've done that dark grey, you go over it and out a little bit. And this is what I've worked out so far, to kind of work. I think it's a nice effect. I quite like it, and as I learn how to do bubbles better, I will show you how I'll show you as I improve. So this is the electric blue, and again on the bigger bubbles it's easier because basically you're just kind of doing like a sphere. you're just basically blending it all out. And then your white pencil to blend it out and just reaffirm that highlight, which you'll add in with your white pen, with whichever one is your preferred. There's no pressure for you to have a specific white pen, just your favorite one. And then your white paint pen. And at least from a distance, they look pretty good. Okay, so if I move you here, I will do these top bubbles with you. And then you can do the rest on your own, because it's really not too difficult. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. So this is the 90% cool grey, PC 1067. And your bigger bubbles, you just want to do a half circle with the dark shadow. You can even with these smaller medium ones. Then your indigo blue, which is PC 901. And just over that cool grey and out a little bit. PC 1040 electric blue. Over that indigo blue and out a bit, just to help you blend it. Your white pencil to blend it out. And then your white Uniball Signo pen, so just bring a bit of a white in here. Okay, I will finish the bubbles and I will get back. So I realized I should show you how to do the bubbles on the plants and the rock, because you won't use blue there. You could bring out your green pencils for the plants, but you basically stick to your cold grey, so PC 1067. And it's the same as on the rock. And then you can take your white pencil, just make sure it's clean from all that blue. And you can go inside the circle to just blend it out. Then you take a white pen and you would do the same process on the rocks and the log. So I have a few more here on the log I can do with you. So again, that 90% cool grey. I like to pick out a bunch of bubbles and then just use the 90% cool grey and go over all of them, as this just helps me to do a bunch of bubbles at the same time. And then I take my white pencil and I just blend out the middle. Now this is just a quick way of doing bubbles. You could go and get the colors you used for each leaf and build it up a bit more. Some indigo blue and then that 90% cool grey. And a white pencil. I think that is all the bubbles. So I'm going to zoom you out so you can see what it should all look like. There you go. So that is what our double page spread looks like, minus the white axolotl. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you've enjoyed learning how to do a few fish and water bubbles, and I will finish these ones up here, so don't forget those, and I will see you in the next video when we do the white axolotl. Until then, take care everyone, happy coloring!